documents the day before you are going to approve such a contract is not transparent, is not part of oversight. The Citizens Bond Oversight Committee needs to dig in more into this project and so forth. Facilities Subcommittee, it needs to go back to the Facilities Subcommittee as well. So I urge you to table this item. Why is there such a need for a rush to pass this? Citizens Bond Oversight has taken a look at it. We don't know what's in it. So please, table this item. Thank you.
Includes public comment? Oh, Jeffrey.
Good evening. I agree with many of the previous speakers that all due diligence must be taken on this project. I believe much of it has already been done. This project has been in the works for many years. When the bond measure was passed years ago, it was with a promise to voters in Pinole that this high school would be built. The existing Pinole Valley High School is a dump. I don't know how many of you have actually walked through it, but it is an actual cesspool of a place to go to school. So now we have all of these portables, and we have a school building that has been fenced off and is virtually unusable. Now, if you send this back to the Facilities Subcommittee or to the Citizens Bond Oversight Committee, and believe me, I have been to the Citizens Bond Oversight Committee, and that is a fairly dysfunctional group of people. Too many folks, too many opinions, and too many people who don't know what's going on. This project will be stalled indeterminate amount of time, and who will suffer? The kids in those portable buildings on the Pinole Valley High School campus, those are the ones who will suffer. You have to take a broad outlook at what's going on here. You made a promise to the voters. You need to keep that promise. This school needs to be built. I also want to comment about this flyer that's on the seats here. Why the urgency, transparency, pay to play. A lot of anti-messages on here. The most interesting thing on here is there's no attribution. No one knows who did this flyer. It's absolute garbage. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I want to say that I hear what people are saying, and this is something that's been going on since Livonia Dijon. People said back then, you promised to only spend $16 million on Livonia Dijon. That's what they said, 1999. You almost promised blah, blah, blah. We built the school, it's here, it's been here for a decade, it's needed. The reality is that this district is the most, I don't like the word trans, is the most involved in the community. You heard tonight about giving information. No district has a facility subcommittee in this community. No district has a subcommittee that meets every month that has representatives from all its cities. And it's interesting that there's an asset management group that's going to be formed on the audit subcommittee. There's a Pinole Valley High School subcommittee that's been formed by the CBOC. It gives the impression that there's not oversight. We just passed, and no one even said thank you. We gave $142,000 to do an audit of the asset management. It's called the performance audit tonight. You know that? The board voted for $142,000 to do it. No district spends even anywhere remotely close to that. And so when these comments and statements are made about value engineering and doing all that, we've had those discussions over and WLC standard that they want. That's their decision. That's their vision, and that's what we as a district are pledged to do. I find it incredibly interesting that De Anza High School, that basically was at a larger budget than this, not one person came and asked when the ad service was there for millions of dollars. And it talks about political contribution. This project was given out in 2009. It had nothing to do with political contributions at all for Pinot Valley High. But what I do know about Pinot Valley High, it's a school that's going to have on December 11th a bid for the demolition. And it's going to be demolished, and we need to have our architect ready and willing to plan. And staff has already vetted this, Lisa, and this is what staff has already said that's acceptable. And people talk about letting staff do their job. Well, this is staff's recommendation. It's not my recommendation. This is not Kevin's recommendation. This is staff's recommendation. And so, whether or not people believe that it's appropriate or not, I feel the voters have passed the bond measures to do it. We decided to pass the bond sale to do it. So why are we not passing the vote tonight to have the architect finish the job? That would be crazy. So I hope there's a motion in a second to approve the updated ad service for the work that we asked all these people to do and the hundreds of meetings they had. So I hope there's a motion in a second to approve the agreement. Sure. But I need a motion to say if we're going to ask questions.
I would move that we will handle this project.
Okay, it's been moved by Board Member Eno, seconded by Board Member Cronenberg. Go ahead, Mr. Rose.
Yeah, I understand there's a matter of some urgency in getting to this, this content, these fees being approved. That it's been a long time before that WLC has gone unpaid for these services, and that they're getting depleted, and that it's going to delay the contract. As far as is that true?
I'm not exactly sure when they were last paid. I do know that the board did approve the entire project budget over a year ago.
And that these fees are within industry standards?
Yes, they are. As a matter of fact, I'm looking at industry standards and also with my peers throughout the state, architectural fees generally run from 9% to 12% based upon the construction costs of projects. And so this particular project and the architectural fee request is at the maximum of 12%, but it still is within industry